That's one of my favorite stories. I know, I just remembered it. Do you remember that?
I do now that you said it, yeah.
I said, you know we were filming, right? And you were like, no, we weren't.
I did not think that they called action. And then I looked at Francis and he's like...
Just FYI, guys, it's already... She's got it recording already.
Oh,
so if you were talking ugly about anybody...
we're recording?
What I meant was...
Well, I guess I should put my phone away.
Francis Lawrence is really good.
He is good. He's amazing.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Hi.
I'm Yara. Lisa.
Yara,
We're
hi,
from
Lisa.
You?
Literary Beginnings and Red Carpet Ending.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So we touch anything that's book adaptations.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
Sweet.
I've done two.
Okay, so it's going to be 10 minutes. I'll give you 2 at 8, 1 at 9, and then the wrap at 10.
That is really creative, actually.
Alright.
Literary beginning. Okay, sorry.
So, how did you guys feel when you were called to take your parts as Gloss and Cashmere?
How hard did you cry?
Do you? I did not. You know, I cried the last day of filming.
I can't believe
I
this.
didn't cry. No, I was in Mexico with my family, and my phone had been turned off all week. And I had a really funny feeling like I needed to go check my phone. So I turned it on, and I sat there, and I was like, okay, nothing good is happening. And I was about to turn it off, and it rang with my agent telling me I booked the role. So I went back to the beach and I told my family, I was like, guys, I just booked the role of Cashmere and Catching Fire, and nobody believed me. I don't know what that says about my family, but nobody believed me.
I still don't believe you.
No, my sister was like, yeah, and I'm Katniss. I'm like, no, seriously, I booked the role. Nobody believed me. I had chicken that night for dinner. I think they started believing me then.
No, it was... it's such a cool thing to be part of. I mean, it's definitely an honor to be able to bring one of these characters to life. But it came out of the blue for me because I had auditioned months prior for a different role and didn't hear anything. So it was like, all right, I guess that's done. Move on, next project, you know. And you know, a few months go by and out of nowhere they call and offer the role of Gloss. So it was really surprising. Kind of came out of left field, and it's so exciting to be a part of this.
Were you worried at any time for the popularity of the movie? Any backlash, or you know how it's going around nowadays? Every time somebody's cast or not cast, what they wanted.
Luckily, I was a bit naive at that point and didn't quite understand how passionate the fans were. But I can say it has been a wonderful experience, and I haven't encountered any negativity, which is completely relieving. But no, everyone's been super sweet, and I kind of asked for a better outcome.
Yeah, I think overall people were pretty cool with us being Gloss and Cashmere. Thank goodness. But at the same time, I don't think you can put too much. I don't think you can read into like the. I don't read message boards, comments, go online, you know, because you just can't please everybody, and everybody's got their own idea for who these people are, and it's a very personal thing because it's an experience that people have with this book. Where what's in their head is very real to them, and they want to see that honored. And we want to do the same thing, but I mean, I'm a human being. This is what you get, you know. I mean, this is. Yeah. I'm sorry if it's not what you had in mind. I hope it is, and I hope to bring it to life. You know, capture the essence of the character. But that's all we can focus on, you know. So I think if you try and worry about pleasing everybody and convincing everybody that you're the right cast, I mean, you go nuts. I mean, there's not enough time in the world to convince. But I would say, in spite of that, overall, people regard us very gracious.
If Susan Collins was to approach you and say, I'm giving you the option to rewrite your scenes, your parts, but the catch is you can't kill off Katniss or Peeta, what would you change about? Obviously, you probably wouldn't want to die.
I would have to, obviously Cashmere would have lived, and kill off President Snow.
Wow.
And maybe ended up with Peeta.
Wow.
Finnick. I want to end up with Finnick. That's a great twist. Yes.
Wow. That's a good question. I feel horrible even saying anything because I feel like anything I say is kind of a slap in the face to
After
such a
I answer
talented
that,
author.
you say this. Oh, that's lovely.
I don't know. This is how I feel. This is
My
how I
bus.
feel.
I just rolled under you.
You're a horrible person. What am I going to say? I don't know. I'm awesome and you're horrible. I don't know. I'm just telling it like it is. I don't know. I mean, I think I've spent so much time thinking about how to honor what she wrote. I've actually never thought about that. I mean, I don't know. I think my personal... This is about to be bad. I shouldn't say this.
Say it. I'm standing here.
I'm going to offend...
Say it.
Okay. people are going to take a lot of offense to this, but please don't. All right, it's just my personal opinion, and this is nothing. But let's be honest for just a second. If we're rewriting this franchise a little bit, now I'm not talking about killing off Katniss.
Okay, no, that's
Josh is cool. You know, Peeta's in. I love it. Okay.
Peeta, get it.
I think I'd stand a pretty good chance of winning these games. I'm just saying. I'm like a bigger dude than most people.
You
like,
are
I
larger,
think
yes,
pretty
you are.
athletic. The fact that all these female heroines are like taking over, it's like, I mean,
Oh, dude.
can we just
In a room
no,
with
no, oh no,
primarily chicks.
no, guys, I know there's like 11 girls in here right now.
Dude,
but
she's
I'm
like
just-
driving the bus right now.
I mean, look, if me versus like
Rolling
me
over,
versus
backing
and
up.
Katniss in a fight, I mean, who do you have your money on?
But technically, you won it first, and then your sister won it after you.
Yes, but
With my aid.
who died first? Who died
Hmm.
first?
But guys, it's unfortunate.
By a female.
Look, the
Girl
word's already
power.
in the book. You can't change that.
Girl power.
Look, you asked the question. You're the one stirring the pot here. I'm just calling
That's
it like
her
it
point.
is.
This is going to be now on YouTube.
I just find it more
For that
believable when big athletic dudes that look like they were in the military
It's-
win wars.
But it's not her size;
You know?
it's her ability. She's so handy with the
All
arrow.
right,
She can shoot from
Suzanne.
distances.
Why don't you write a book about it?
I am full. You know what? Suzanne's my girl.
Okay. I love
I
her
may have
too.
died,
Can we
but she's
just
still my
love
girl.
the books for what they are?
We definitely do.
Can we do that? Because now I'm gonna get filleted
You're good.
for this.
No, you didn't.
And it's not my fault. All I'm saying is dudes can probably handle themselves generally better in war than...
You have a
You know,
a more physical presence than girls
Let's
do. Yes.
just hit the
Next question.
Next question.
So talking about
I
physical,
don't know how to dig my way out of this.
how much training did you have to do for your part? Since it looks pretty physical.
A couple days for her.
I had 4 months of training.
Oh, wow. There you have it, folks.
4 months.
Can we tie
a
these
couple of
together, please, somehow?
Your likable ratio has gone from this down to
Okay.
this in this interview.
I readily admit that within the first 5 minutes of my test, it was a physical assessment, and I thought I was good to go. I felt like I was in shape. I run every day, and within 5 minutes, I was breathing so hard, I seriously asked to stop. I was covered in sweat. It looked like I jumped out of a pool, and the guys were making fun of me because they were like, "You haven't started the actual physical test yet. We just warmed you up. We just wanted you. We don't want you to pull a muscle." And I think I knew then that I was in for it, and it was a couple months of some of the most intense training. And these guys did a great job getting us ready to bring these characters to life. But it was not easy.
I've never done anything like that in my life. I mean, I pride myself on being an athletic person and constantly working out, but their training was some of the most difficult, intense. Yeah,
They pushed.
like you almost want to puke when you're
She
done.
weighed 60 pounds by the time we got done. I mean, she was a wafer.
I did. No.
Yeah.
Not now.
No, I think it's safe to say everybody was probably in their peak physical condition
absolutely.
during the filming of this. It was great.
In the book, both of your characters are mentioned to be classical beauties. Do you think you were able to pull that off and also the athletic, being athletic?
I thankfully can say that we had a brilliant hair and makeup team, and Francis Lawrence cast me on reasons, his own supports. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Sounds like this is going a very sexual,
I'm trying
you
to
slept
say-
your way to the top kind of place. Is that what
That
you're
is
trying to
not
say?
funny.
I mean, his own
I was
resourceful.
trying to say he cast
What is
people
happening?
who he believed could play the roles. And I appreciate that and very flattered by it. And then we had a wonderful hair and makeup team who were able to incorporate that in it. And
How do you think they got the job? Was it like you?
that's not even funny, dude. Seriously.
I'm just saying, ladies.
Sometimes you go too far. That was too far.
She's very talented. She booked it on her talent.
Thank
and
you.
she looks like a spitting image of Suzanne's description. So
Aw.
it was just the icing on the cake.
You're sweet.
I look like a monster, and I needed hours of makeup before.
I'm not backing you out of that one after that comment.
I think I don't know. There wasn't a lot of scrutiny on our parts. I think we lucked out. People were. I think had their eye more on the Finnick roles. If they're going to criticize anything, but it gave us an opportunity to focus more on their inner turmoil. And try to bring that to life. Which she
Are you
also
worried
did a
I'm
wonderful
going to hit
job.
you right now?
She's got some spikes on her shoes. that
I
I'm
do.
afraid
I
of.
wore these specifically. Feel them. I wore these specifically
Those
to
are
keep
deadly.
him in line.
Yeah.
Back kick.
What scene do you think you were surprised how easy it ended up being, as opposed to maybe being, it was supposed to be difficult, but it ended up being a pretty easy, easy scene too.
I probably have to say our interview scene with Stanley Tucci, because he was just so brilliant, and he gave us everything that we needed to be given in order to really just pull it out and perform to the greatest extent. He was brilliant. Oh my God! And his energy level was like, for 3 straight days, 16-hour days, was like a 12 on a chart of 1 to 10. I mean, it was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. And he was in wardrobe that was so uncomfortable, and he had a wig, and it was 400 degrees, and he was brilliant, and he just kept going. He was like a train.
The easiest scene?
That you thought it was going to be difficult, but it ended up being pretty easy.
I don't know. The scenes that I thought were going to be difficult were usually tougher than I anticipated, so I don't know.
All of it was hard for him.
I know there was a scene with horses involved that I thought could go really wrong. We were being paraded around the Capitol, and it was our introduction to the Capitol, and
I'm terrified of horses, so I'm clinging onto him.
And yeah, we were getting these like warnings about how to behave and move and talk, and, keep our voice level around these horses, and then it'd go crazy and cart us off to our deaths.
So bad.
And it actually went off without a hitch, and we just had to stand there and like wave in our
the man
carriage.
was from Holland, and we couldn't really understand what he was saying. He would just like look at us and be like, "Danger, horses."
Yeah, danger.
It would be like, "What?"
But we were in chariots that, depending on where we were positioned, would throw the entire center of gravity off the old chariot.
Yeah.
So it was like the old school chariot where, like, if you move, this thing's like it's like a
Gladiator
Segway. Like it's
it was intense.
It was pretty. Yeah, I thought that was good. It went off without a hitch.
And our wardrobe for that particular scene was like so out of this world and futuristic that we physically couldn't move on top of that. So any chance of defending ourselves if something went wrong.
Our pageant wave was like this.
Yeah, it was.
It was like this.
Well, thank you guys.
If that
Thank you.
airs, I'll be shocked.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry in advance. I'm sorry.